Hi, welcome to this portion of the show called Pitch Invasion. I was recently at the Shark Tank pub at Loyalist College in Belleville at a meeting, and I realized, gee, I might be the only one at this meeting that actually pitched Mark Cuban. People went, "You pitched Mark Cuban?" Yeah, I did back in 2001. Now, he was being interviewed on 60 Minutes, and the interviewer looked at his notes and said, "Hey, it says here that you respond to every email. That can't be possible. You're too busy to respond to every email." He said, "No, I do. Every single email. But nobody knows my email. There's the catch. You got to find my email first." So I did. I don't know how I did. It was 25 years ago, but I did find his email and I crafted an email to him. You see, Mark Cuban had just bought HD TV, and nobody even knew what HD was back then. They just, oh, it's HD. It's going to be amazing. And as a TV producer, I knew that all our series that we were producing for the future had to be on HD. So we promised everything that we were pitching to different networks. So we pitched to Mark Cuban. So I sent him an email and I crafted it, and it took 3 hours. I figured if he's going to read every email, it has to be perfect. It has to be concise, and it has to grab him by the balls right away. And so I tried to do that, and it took me 3 hours. And here's the idea. The idea came from what I was doing on my soccer show, Direct Kicks. Every week we had a segment called the Freestyle Zone, brought to you by Eli Freeze. Now, Eli Freeze, aka Steve Elias, was one of the best freestyle soccer players in the world at the time. He was like the Tony Hawk of freestyle soccer. And he was showcasing his skills and all these different moves on our show on a weekly basis. And it was called the Freestyle Zone. And it was a 2 minute segment. He's a good looking guy. He would break down each move. Now, it was really successful, but after one season, I thought, we could do better than this. And so could Steve. What if we took the idea and made it a world championship? Got Olympic style judging, put it up on stage with music, get a live crowd, and really get some really cool visuals because what they do is spectacular. So that was my idea, and it was going to be following a series around and then doing a world championship. So I pitched that to Mark Cuban. Now here's his response. Now this is incredible because who would have thought that he would actually respond to it and that I would get the actual real email of Mark Cuban? And I did. I pressed send, thought, yeah, we'll see. Literally 10 minutes later, I get an email back from Mark Cuban. And this is what it said. "Dear Scott, thank you so much for your inquiry about HD TV. But you don't understand. There's nobody in this world or in America that hates soccer more than Mark Cuban. I hate it. I despise it. It makes me sick. But I appreciate you getting in touch with me. Thank you and have a great day." Quick, to the point, and yeah, pretty funny, I thought, the way he responded. So I responded immediately by saying, "So we have a deal? Should I call my lawyer?" Send. Email me back immediately. Ha ha, very funny. Don't ever email me again. Mark Cuban. Perfect. Thought that was fantastic. 25 years later, would Mark Cuban actually look at it and go, "Hey, I kind of made a mistake back there"? Soccer's a big thing now because an MLS franchise in 1999, 2000, in around the time when I got in contact with Mark Cuban, what was it worth compared to the $1 billion price tag today? And as a businessman, would he say, "He made a mistake, I would have done it, let's do it"? Probably not. Mark's the kind of guy that says, "I hate it, I'm not going to invest in it," so good on him. So here is the other story. You see, I have another pitch for him. See, I wrote a screenplay after my car accident on a bet that I would win an Oscar. No. I wrote this screenplay and I'd never written a screenplay in my life, but I believed in it. And now I'm looking for heart-tugged reasons for people in Hollywood and rich people around the world to get involved in this particular screenplay. And one of it was I always looked at the city of Pittsburgh, where my subject matter is from. And where is Mark Cuban from? Pittsburgh. So, Mark, if you want to win an Oscar, am I a wiener? No, give me a call. You know my email. You'll find it. I respond, Mark, I respond to every email, but you got to find it first. So that's my Shark Tank story. Now my Dragon's Den story. Now that was fun. I used to be a partner in a TV production company out of Toronto, and my partner at the time told me a story about what happened to him in Ireland. And when he told me the story, I realized that is an incredible idea. So here's the story. He and his girlfriend were in Ireland in the afternoon one afternoon. And they were on a bus that was crowded. And the bus stopped, and in comes a gentleman who was so inebriated that he was getting sick as he got onto the bus. And everyone was backing away from him and seeing him that he was literally vomiting in his hand. And then losing his balance, he grabs the bar with vomit all over his hands, and everyone was just grossed out. Well, he got out after the next stop, and a bunch of new people came in, and they didn't know. So they started grabbing the handle, and they were going, no, don't touch the handle, it's up, warning them. So that's the idea. It's called the transit handle, a portable handle that you put in your pocket, and you click in to the bar so you don't have to touch it. And this was pre-COVID. I thought, that's a great idea. That's a great product. We could present that to Dragon's Den. So literally less than a week later, in my local newspaper, Dragon's Den in Belleville. Really? And I get to present? So I did. And I went in there with no product other than the idea. We had no sales. We didn't actually have a physical product. What I did have was a handle that kind of looked like it. And then I got a graphic artist to put together a rendering of the drawing of what it would look like. And I went in with incredible confidence because I told the people and the producers that I was presenting to that we were TV people and we understood the concept of teasing the best product on your show and wait till the end of the show so people will wait till the end to watch the funny, quirky, great idea. And we believed that we were going to be that product. And that's how I presented it, that you were going to pick us because our product was so entertaining and yet so needed. And this, again, pre-COVID. This was a year before COVID that I presented this. So I also said, and I was very cocky about it too, because I thought that confidence, based on the fact that I didn't actually have a product, that the confidence in the product was really important. So I told them that not only would our presentation be really funny, but we would have the best tagline of any product they'd ever have on their show. And they kind of looked at me like that's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? Yeah, it is. But I really believe in the product and I believe in the tagline. So here's the tagline because it is called the transit handle. So the transit handle clicks into the grip, the pole, right? So click the transit handle. It goes in tight. Bless you. And they both looked at each other like, oh my goodness. Kind of got them on that one. And then I finalized the presentation with the kicker. I said, this is how we're going to get everybody on board. We're going to have this incredibly large picture of a man on a bus and his butt was clinging to the pole. Now, if you don't need a transit handle after seeing that picture, the two producers, when they saw the picture, they looked at each other and their heads went on the table like this. It's like, I got him, without even a product. Now, they didn't pick us. I couldn't believe it. They didn't pick us. I was very confident, and I really believe in the product. So months later, COVID comes. Our company breaks up, so there's no company. And then 6 months later, a young gentleman comes up with the idea called the koala grip. And it got 10 million hits on TikTok. They were on breakfast television, my old show, promoting it. It was the exact same concept of avoiding touching handles of any kind, whether it was a transit handle or a door handle getting in and out of a store. Another great idea. You have to go out and do it, But it was really, really interesting to be able to present to both Mark and to the Dragon's Den. And now that I have my screenplay, Blind Luck, I'm still going after Mark Cuban because he is going to get a kick out of that email. Yeah, it was pretty fun. So that's one of my examples of having a pitch invasion. I have many more. Um, my time with TSN was very interesting, so I'll get into that a little bit later. But continue to follow me. I'd really appreciate it. And if you would like to support, please check out Direct Kicks to the World Cup, available on Amazon. And I also have my joke book, of course, The Big Book of Tid, also available on Amazon. I appreciate all your support, and we'll talk to you soon.